There's a lot of things I found very surprising becoming an MP. I don't think I'll ever find it normal being called mom or having doors opened for me. But some of it is unnerving as well. Before I was elected, I didn't know big businesses sent gifts to MPs, gifts that always seem to be accompanied by requests. The other week, Heathrow sent me a food hamper along with an ask. They wanted me to support their third runway, as if some shortbread biscuits would drown out the warnings of the climate emergency. Google recently sent me a gift as well. It wasn't much, but it got me thinking about corporate lobbying. It reminded me that in 2018, Google avoided £1.5 billion in tax, according to the Tax Justice Network, and that in 2016, Google reached a deal with the government after dozens of meetings with ministers to secure an effective tax rate of just 3% on profits estimated to be more than £7 billion. Now, I might have missed it, but I don't think doctors or nurses, factory workers or cleaners in Coventry South were offered private meetings with ministers to create tailor-made sweetheart packages to reduce their taxes. But this is a premium service that's given to big business. And so it often seems to be one rule for billionaires and big business and another rule for everyone else. Madam Deputy Speaker, I think the whole web of dinners, gifts, receptions and donations has something to do with that. Because the super rich don't spend their money on MPs out of generosity and out of the goodness of their hearts. They want something in return. And let's be honest, this wealth is used to buy influence in this House, to get this place to serve their interests and not the interests of our constituents. And Madam Deputy Speaker, under the Conservatives, to me, it looks like their investment is paying off. Because by the end of this Parliament, the government is on course to have handed out almost £100 billion in tax breaks and corporate giveaways. Corporate taxation has been slashed to one of the lowest rates in the world. An estimated £90 billion of tax is still being dodged every year. And maybe it's me, maybe I'm being cynical and a bit jaded beyond my years. So when the Minister gets up and says that his government will tackle tax avoidance, I'm sorry, but I'm going to find that difficult to believe. I'll find it difficult because I know time and time again we've heard Conservative ministers talk the talk on being tough on tax for the cameras, but backslide when those cameras are switched off. That's what happened when the Panama and Paradise Papers were revealed, and they revealed the industrial scale of tax dodging. And when he talks tough, I'll find it difficult to believe him because I know that the super rich donors who fund his party are also exploiting tax loopholes. And I know that they expect a return on their investment too. I'll find it difficult to believe him because I know the billionaire press barons who often act as the propaganda wing of the Conservative Party are in on it too. The owner of the Daily Mail has profited from being a non-dom, an exclusive status that lets the ultra-wealthy reside in the UK but pay no tax on offshore income and investments. The owner of The Telegraph, reportedly based in Monaco and the Channel Islands. And the owner of The Sun, well, his company was found by a 2008 US report to have 152 subsidiaries, including 62 in the British Virgin Islands, 33 in the Caymans, and 15 in Mauritius. I know that these billionaire press barons don't copy and paste Conservative press releases into their papers for nothing. And I'll be honest with the Chancellor if he was here, but he's not. So all I'd like to say is that after spending a career working with hedge funds and associates to avoid tax, I'm sure he'll understand that I'll have trust issues with him as well. So to conclude, Madam Deputy Speaker, the truth is my constituents cannot trust this government on tax dodgers. They can't trust a party who have cut taxes of the super rich. They take their donations and they let them hoard their wealth and hide it too. And the British public can't trust a party who have slashed the services they rely on, only to blame the NHS waiting list on overcrowded classrooms on migrants. Well, I say to that, it's not migrants who rob the public purse of billions of pounds. It's not migrants who buy influence and subvert democracy. Yeah. And it's not migrants who let hospitals crumble and schools fall into ruin. It's the tax dodgers and it's the billionaire press barons. And it's a Tory government that serves the interests of the 1% and not British people. Thank you.